God's afternoon. God's afternoon, good people. How are you? How are you? How are you? Good. Hey, Robin. How are you? Get on here and we talk about different stuff, different topics and relationships and stuff. If you want to talk about it, just let me know. Hey, how are you? Good. Hey, Sister Mullins. We back. We back. Hey, how are you? Good. We back. I think I thought of a good question, Sister Mullins, from just a few minutes ago. And she's off today. So, yeah, it's just me. She might jump on her if she see it pop up on her phone, but she's off today, so it's just me. So, hopefully tomorrow, but today it's just maybe later on. I'll see her later. Maybe later on. Trying to find a spot to sit down that the connection won't mess up. I'm taking a quick lunch here. Light them tables. Okay. So I think I came up with a pretty good question. Got some people sitting in some other spots, so just looking at my phone. Hey Marsha, how are you? Trying to set this up, so be patient with me. Hey Kimmy. You want me to bring you up, Sister Mullins? Because we can. I can bring you up. How you been, Kimmy? How you been? Sarah been walking and working. But, Sister Mullins, you want to come up, just let me know. I'll bring you up. But I think I came up with a pretty good question. And y'all tell me what y'all think. If this is something that y'all might have thought about or heard of, or you probably even thought about, but you probably got some a way we can talk about it. Okay. So let me ask y'all this: if somebody has a job, their job or their occupation, do you think it will stop them from making it to heaven? For instance, if they work at a beer company, you don't drink beer, you're a Christian, you love the Lord, all of those things, but what if you feel like that stops you from going to heaven? Because you're helping produce things that are not in the will of God. I thought about this like a long years ago, but it just popped up in my brain maybe about 5 minutes ago. I was like, I'm gonna ask this question. And we can still talk about other stuff too. I'm just saying, what do y'all think about the fact that if you work at a beer company, at a cigarette company, at a tattoo shop, any of those things, do you think that would keep you from getting into heaven? What you think? Tell me what you think. Because if you knowing this is not something that the Lord is needing, you know that's not the will of God, and you that's your job though. That's how you making your money. That's how you making your income. But you know this is not the will of God. Do you think that will stop you from getting into heaven? We can still talk about other stuff too. If somebody have a testimony they can talk about, they want to talk about, or whatever, you can do that too. It's not a big deal. But I did want to ask that question. If your job, do you think your job stops you from getting into heaven? The things that are not in the will of God. What y'all think? Tell me what you think. See if that's something that you thought about. You probably didn't think about it, but it's like, hey, you know what? That gotta make you think. How does that stop you from doing God's will if you're producing things that are not in His will? You're helping produce drinking or things that's gonna cause you to drink. How does that make you feel? Some people might not say it's a good thing. Some people might say it's a good thing. You never know. Don't know. But you think about it as saying, well, this is my income. This is my job. This is how I provide for my family. This is what this is how I make my living. This is how I feed my kids. If that's the case, then what about God, though? You think that would stop you and just be like, you did everything right, and you go and see Him when you leave this earth, you go see Him for yourself. You think that's gonna stop you from Him saying, good job, well done, come on, my good and faithful servant? Would that stop you from doing that? Or will it just be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you that pass for that. I'm gonna let you have it. You know what? Because you did provide for your family. You did do the things, everything else. But this one little thing, which is your income, because for where you work at, it's stopping you from getting into heaven. Do you think that's possible? You think that's a thing? What y'all think? And, like I said a few minutes ago, we could still talk about other stuff, other things, if y'all want to. I got about 15 minutes, 20 minutes probably. What do y'all think? Would that stop you from getting into heaven because of the job that you have? Sister Mullins, what you think? I know you got, your brain is working. Are you thinking? Well, I think I have a job. We will be looking for another job. That's true. You do have to make that choice. You really do have to make that choice, because if I think I asked my husband that question, but it's been a long time ago, and because there are other jobs out there. There's something else that you could be doing to help, and not to bring people down or bring things, cause other problems. Because what if that's the reason why you don't make it to heaven? Is because the job you producing the things that are I mean, I know it's like food, because there's a lot of food that's killing us, that's causing a lot of health issues, but we already know about beer, liquor, whatever. What if that's your job, and if you're doing that before you realize, hey, I don't know, because a lot of people don't know everything, especially when it comes to that. But if you know, after you getting saved and doing doing what you're supposed to be doing, after you living a saved life and you decide that you want to go and find you another job, then go and find you another job. Even though they might be paying good, God might bless you to find something else. But I just want to know what other folks think about. If that's your job, that's your career, that's how you feed your family, how do you handle that? So I just want to see what y'all thought about that. So y'all have any questions or something else you want to say about that, just let me know and we can talk about it. Hey D-Ray, how are you? How you been? Sir, how you been? But that's my question. How do we, because if you hindering people, I don't know if you would call it hindering, but who's to say what it is, what you want to call it? But if that's your job, what you're doing, hey, who's to say that that's not nothing that you know, you want to do. You might want to change your job or start looking for something else. Be like, Lord, I'm working on it. I'm trying to find me something else. I'm trying to do something else. Give me some time. It's just not, you know, because when you're making a move like that, you got to make sure that the job that you're leaving is covering, because there was no bills that you depended on with your check, with your money. So if it's not the same money, do you still move? And be like, Lord, you just gonna have to bless me to pay all my bills, but I don't want to do nothing that's not in your will. If you pray about it, you definitely gonna have to pray about it. But that's tough, because there might be some people in that predicament that deals with stuff like that. You gotta think well outside the box. I don't know. My brain goes like 24/7. And sometimes I'll be like, wait a minute, that might be, you know, I wonder how that would be, because it's not like I've never heard nobody answer it before, but it could be something that somebody could be dealing with or thinking about by doing it in that way. So you never know. And if that's the case, then you might have to ask the Lord to remove you from that, if that's a hindrance. Well, I know it is, but some people might feel different about it. So just saying, it's just something. It was just something I was thinking about earlier today. Hey, Connie, how are you? There was some things that I was thinking about today. I mean, like I said, I know it's food out there that could be killing us and doing us wrong, but I know it's for me. I had two full-time jobs, but my first lady told me if I really want something from God, quit one of those jobs. The Bible said He will supply. Yes, He will supply all your needs, and you have to trust Him and believe that He will supply all your needs. Because if you don't have that trust that He'll do it, or that faith that He'll do it, then you have to downgrade maybe $2 or $3 just to move away from that atmosphere, to move away from that. And if that's the case, then yes, you have to remove yourself from some things and step out on faith. That's just like with your tithing. A lot of folks say, I just don't have it. I have to pay my bills. But if you pay your tithing first, you won't even have to worry about the rest of it. He's going to make sure all that is taken care of, regardless. He's going to make sure that everything that you're doing, everything that your desires of your heart will be fulfilled, because you have stepped out on faith and you know that the Lord is going to provide. If you ain't got the money for your electric bill, you paid your tithes, check might be in the mail at any time, because you being a faithful tither. Don't be no sometime tither. He ain't sometime blessing you. He always blessing you. Might not be the way that you want to be blessed, but He's always blessing you. So yeah, some things we have to let go. Some things we have to get away from if it's gonna cause you to be this for you to hold on to something. Because I'm just saying this on this thing. Some things you might still be holding on to, but you got a question for me? Got a testimony? You got something you want to say? Hey, Denard, how are you? I miss you, friend. I miss you. We ain't talked in a hot minute. In a long time. But we're talking about, well, you can talk about anything. I know you probably ain't been on here since but we talk about everything. Yesterday we talked about relationships. Everything that was dealing with relationships we talked about yesterday. You can put my whole name out there. Yes. But we talk about everything. Relationships, we talk about church, we talk about the Bible, we talk about anything you want to talk about, some concerns, jobs, whatever you discuss, you want to discuss, we talk about it. And if you want to be brought up on the camera, on the live, I do that too. You can be brought up and discuss your issues or whatever. You in Oklahoma? I think I heard that. Somebody told me that. Maybe you told me that. Well, hey, Mr. OKC, how are you? I miss you, friend. You know, singing in the choir and stuff. My good buddy, leading songs. I miss you. But I presented this question that, do you think that your job, if you work at I think it's called a beer plant, a factory or whatever, or you making cigarettes, do you think that would hinder you from making it to heaven? I was just thinking about that a few minutes ago. Do you think the job that provide for your family, your income, that's paying your bills, your rent, whatever, do you think that stop you from making it to heaven because you're producing things that are not in the will of God? You're producing things that can kill you, that's causing health issues or whatever. I know food does. I know all those things they do. But at the same time, we know that beer, alcohol, whatever, cigarettes, whatever, folks produce those things, but they still say, how do you feel about that? That was my question. But like I was saying, we talk about everything: forgiveness, love. We talk about all that. So if you got a question, you don't want to talk about none of that. You got another question you want to talk about, we can. Family, friends, betrayal, trust, all that. You don't think so because you was blessed with the job. Okay, because I think Sister Willis was just saying that, let me see what her first comment, she said, I think, I had the job before I gotten saved and filled, and I personally would be looking for another job. And again, it's you, but you have to make the choice. So maybe you didn't know before you got saved, but now you saved and you just have this something in the back of your brain and say, this might not be a good job for me. Maybe I need to be finding me something else because I don't want to produce something that's going to hinder God's people. Because what if I'm putting this into the hands of a Christian? What if I'm putting this into the hands of a pastor? If I'm not helping produce it, if I'm not here to help them produce it, how can they be drinking it? How can they be doing something that's not to the will of God? Are you helping the sin? I know we talk about sin too. We talk about sin. Folks think your sin is worse than theirs. They all the same. It's on the same level. So we talk about sin too. But do you think that sin is hindering somebody else by you helping produce those things? You the delivery truck, the diesel that drops these products off to different stores and stuff. Do you think that that's helping? Would that hinder you from making it to heaven? Some people might feel different. I don't know. I just thought about that. Because it could be a lot of things. It don't have to just be the cigarettes. I said food. Food can do it too. Never know. Food can do it too. But these are things that, that can be like somebody might be thinking about. Somebody might be saying, you know what? I never thought about that. But you know what? They could. You never know. Some people might work at the clinic that gets rid of children or babies or whatever. I feel like that's pretty much on the same level. I'm not judging nobody. I don't do that. I don't do no judging. But I'm just saying, if that's your job, I know that's your income and how you provide for your family. But that could be a little bit. Trying to see when I go back to work. That could be a little bit different. So it's all, it can all play a part in the same thing. I was trying to see if somebody had a different thought process than what I have. Because in my mind, it could be. Then again, it's not. You never thought about it in that way? That's what I'm saying. Because we talk about it, somebody else might be like, you know what? You're right about that. I'm just thinking I'm here just to get a check. Yeah, you only there for a season. Hey, Brandy. Hi. You only there for a season, but some people might not feel like, they might even think about, this is my income, this is my job, this is what I think about. Some people might think about that, they might think beyond that. Like in this brain of mine, it might be that you saying that I'm not going to make it to heaven, or this could be a hindrance of me because I'm having produced these products that causes people to sin, for the drunk drivers, for them to drink. If I'm not helping them put all this out, if everybody have that same mindset of I'm producing all these materials that's going to cause these teenagers to drink or cause the pastor or the preacher to drink, and it won't be no drunk driving. Hey, cousin, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever either. Congratulations on the baby. I think you had another baby. Forgive me. Just haven't been around. Forgive me. But some people might, they might think of that on that level. Because if I'm not producing, I'm not at the company to help them produce this stuff. I'm not putting it into the hands of teenagers. I'm not putting it into the hands of people that shouldn't be drinking anyway. So how do you feel about it if that's your job? That's causing you to do things that's not in the will of God. Do you stay there and continue to work there? Or do you find you somewhere else to work? Do you think that's gonna hinder you from living this saved life? Because what if you tempted? Some people work at a alcoholic place or whatever, and they being tempted every day because it's the things that they're putting their hands on and touching that can be a temptation for somebody. You don't ever want to tempt nobody in something that they already having a battle with, but that's their job, that's their income, that's how they make their money. So you never know. You never know. Anybody else got something to add to it? Got something to say? Let's go back to work. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else that got something that they want to say? You don't even have to talk about that. That was just what I was thinking about. You can talk about anything. Any type of whatever you want to talk about. And talk about it all. Because it's I mean, it's something to think about. Because you can put your talent and use somewhere else if you can. I think so. I think so. Some people might not. You just, well, they paying good. They paying me $25 an hour to try this diesel. But for you paying $25 an hour, is that worth you going to hell behind? Not because you helping deliver these things, or you helping produce these things that can cause other issues with somebody else, putting it into the hands of somebody that has an issue with alcohol. I'm not saying, I mean, you know, everybody do what they want to whenever they want to. I'm just asking the question. So if you work there and say, hey, I'm just gonna do this for a little while because I need to do a few things, but I'm definitely finding me somewhere else. This is not how I want to retire doing this, because what if the Lord come back and I'm here and I'm doing this kind of stuff? What would be like the biggest thing? I don't know. I was gonna say something, talk about something else, bring up something else, but that left my mind and this came up. So I don't know. Maybe they make you think or whatever. So you know. But we still doing Testimony Tuesday. You got a testimony, we can still do Testimony Tuesday too. If anybody want to testify. So I was texting somebody back. So, but that's what I'm saying. So if there's something that you're dealing with, because there are other temptations. Ooh, temptations. There are other temptations. The Lord will, and them temptations become a test, and then it becomes a testimony. All those 3 T's. Come on, those 3 T's. A temptation, a test. That was a bill collector. A temptation, a test, and a testimony. Them 3 right there. Those 3. Wow. I might have to do something with that. Temptation, a test, and a testimony. That makes you think. The Lord did take it, doing some stuff with tempting you, sending you through that. Then it's a test to see how you handle that temptation that He put in front of your face. And then after all that's said and done, you pass that test, and then you have a testimony. Y'all better wait a minute. I don't thought of something. Y'all shouldn't let my brain work, because when it works, it's too much. it go too fast. It go too far. And I'm sitting up here thinking like, where did you get that from? Is something wrong with you? It is. It's something wrong with me. But all in all, it's still talking about the Word. Still talking about God. Still talking about everything that we've been talking about. But that's a good thought. I know this conversation is probably not as hot as yesterday. Yesterday it was something. I'm sorry. Brenda, y'all to come visit us at New Freeman Chapel. New Freeman Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, 2219 Lamont Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75216. Your cousin is a bishop now, if you didn't already know. He's a bishop. Bishop Collins now. So, yes, y'all to come visit us one Sunday. Y'all to come through there and just visit us. Or even on a Wednesday night. We're going to start marriage ministry next Wednesday night. Second Wednesday, we're going to do marriage ministry. And I know your husband can use some of this. If you don't already know, you can still use some of this. Yep. And I don't even think I ever met your husband. I don't think I ever have. If I have, charge it to me, because I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Because if I have, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yes, y'all to come through and visit. Check us out. Check us out. But yes, we talk about some of everything. I got to make sure I call back in. We talk about some of everything on here. I mean, folks want to be brought up on the live and have a conversation. You can. It's not a big deal. I'm not selfish. I share my live with you. Because we just want to talk, and there might be some things, because some people didn't know the stuff we talked about yesterday. Some people didn't even know. Some people didn't know some of the stuff. And if they did know, they probably didn't say anything. And then you might help somebody else, because I think one thing that I said, it keep coming back up. I'm sorry. It keep coming back up. But, you know, hey, some things we have to talk about that somebody didn't know, you helping somebody else. You know, I've gotten phone calls about the conversations we've been having, and it's not nothing bad. It's just saying that we, you know, they just like, I didn't know you. Hey, you human first. So some things you talk about, some, you know, you human first. You know, you never know. So I know you ain't got no low connection. So some things we do discuss, and if we gonna talk about it, we talk about it. And we all join in together and help each other out. We helping. That's what we doing. Being a blessing to somebody else. We helping them out. Okay? Definitely helping them out. I'm gonna try to go back up these stairs. But yes. I got a question before I have to slide off of here. Until later. Possibly later. Hopefully later. If we can. Got a question, concern. If y'all can't think of nothing now, when I come back, whenever I come back, just ask me then, and we can talk about it and discuss it. I think somebody had a question for me earlier. I can't remember who it was, but they had a question for me earlier. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back through my other video and see who it was that had a question for me. But yes, I just want to discuss that. It popped up in my head, and I was just like, you know what, I wonder if somebody else think like that. You know, you're working at the clinic, and they do some stuff in there that you don't agree with, but you still do it because it's your job. Just saying. You want to be brought up, Sister Mullins? I don't know why your name keep popping up. You want to be brought up? I can bring you up. But yes. Slide it. Oh. Yes, this is some stuff that you might not know and might not even think about. So we just come together and talk about it together. We just talk about it. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Good. You say nope. You did good with your testimony this morning. I loved it. That was beautiful. You did good. Help somebody. I tell you one thing. After what was said this morning, I did get a phone call about that. Okay. You know, sometimes when folks feel like it's about them, they call you. I wasn't talking about them, though. It was not about them. I promise you, it was not about you. If you felt like it was about you, the person that called me, it was not about you. That was just laid on my heart to say at that time, and that's why I said it. But it was not pointed towards no certain one, especially not the person that called me. But you know, if the Lord say stuff or they put it on your heart, you're supposed to see it or do it. So I did. I did. You're welcome. You keep on telling that testimony. You hear me? Keep on telling it. That's help somebody. Some people don't know how to deal with sin that they've committed and don't know how to testify about. Some people don't know how to testify. Real life. Some people don't even know how to testify. I seen it. Hey, Oscars. How are you? Good. Hello. I'm good. Uh-huh. Ooh, keep shocking me. Have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, somebody needed to hear that, for real. For real. Somebody needed to hear that. I'm telling you, because some people don't know how to testify. Okay, good. You're welcome. Oh, reading the text, sorry. Some people don't know how to testify. Some people don't know how to do any of that stuff. So you help them out. They don't know. Yep. They can. Yeah, somebody really needed to hear that. Might help somebody else. You know, some people get stage fright and they'll be like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But it helps them out. Yeah, goddamn, like I made it too late. Maybe 2. I'm not going with my food. I understand. And you know what you saying there? Some people don't know how to handle it either. Somebody don't know how to handle it because, you know, some people start judging you on your testimony. Oh, she used to do that. What you used to do? What you used to do? I'm not gonna want my food. What you used to do? Some people can't handle it. They can't handle somebody else's testimony. They may get jealous. They start hating on you. No haters. Hey, cousin. You almost about to get on here too late. I'll give you a little bit more time because I gotta go warm up my food. Go see you with this selfie stick. They look at you strange. So I'm trying to put it down as low as I can while I'm walking through here. But, Brown, let me tell you what I was asking them. You can bring up whatever you want to, by the way. I got a few more minutes. I'll tell you what I was asking them. Hold on, I'm walking in this break room. Okay, so right now I'm about to eat Chipotle from last night that your cousin went and got for me. I'm about to eat some Chipotle. I don't know if you can see it. Some people say Chipotle. I'm about to eat that. But the question, you know, we can always talk about whatever on here. I forgot I had that out there. We can talk about whatever on here. It don't matter because you was extra yesterday. I got to watch you. But the question was, do your job, what you do for a living, do you think it hinders you from going to heaven? For instance, if you are, you work at a beer company, at a liquor store, or at a liquor company, and you're producing these products that cause people cigarettes, all this stuff that's causing, okay, I don't know who that was, that's causing you to, and you save, or you newly saved, and you work at a beer company at to where y'all produce these products or cigarettes, do that cause you is that a hindrance to you going to heaven? Do you think that would cause you not to make it into heaven because of the job that you have? If you work at the clinic where they get rid of the babies, does that cause you, like I got people in here, so I'm trying not to be all, does that cause you to stop you from making it to heaven? What you think, Brown? We can still talk about other stuff too, but I'm just saying. That's what I was asking. What you think about that? You think it'll stop you from making it to heaven? Or if you want to talk about something else, we can. Open up this microwave. Your answer would be no. We all made a mess. That's a good one. Well, that's true. Some people don't have a conscience though. And some people feel like, oh, it's taking care of my bills. It's providing for my family. It's doing it's taking care of my household. So if it's taking care of all this, why would I switch my job? They paying me $25 an hour to make this stuff, or I made a mess on this table, to make this stuff, or to deliver it to all these stores and stuff. So why would I not? Hey, Tracy, why would I not? You know, some people might feel like that. That's true. You have to do that by according to how you serve your Lord Jesus, you know. Because some people might not feel that same way, but some people might feel like, oh, hey, I need to switch jobs. Let me just hold on to this one. Because you have to do a lot of praying. Because if they paying you good, they taking care of all your bills, and you might have to drop down $2 or $3. That might be something to really think about and pray about. Because some people don't want to let that $25, $30 go an hour. They don't want to let that go. But that's what I'm dealing with. They might not think that. So, hey, my cousin. Or is that my uncle? It's one of y'all. Uncle Leslie. Is that you? Or is that my cousin? One of y'all. Hey, anyway, Kinfolk, how are you? But that's where, you know, some people might not feel like that might be a hindrance to how they serve God, but let alone, like I was saying a few minutes ago, what are you helping produce those things, and it's going into you. You put it in the hands of a teenager that's drinking because you helping produce these things. You put it into the hands of somebody that's a temptation for them. Yes, that's a temptation for them. Or even that can be somebody that's dealing with alcohol, that's suffering, you know, can't deal with alcohol real good, but you study just making these things and putting them out there into the world. And I know it's food out there that's doing the same way. Folks producing food and it's killing us and causing cancer and all this stuff. But I'm just saying, for things that are knowingly, they doing all this type of study trying to find out what food is doing this. Oh, it's in the eggs. Oh, it's in the tomatoes. Oh, it's in the lettuce. Oh, it's, you know, all these recalls they keep doing. We found this in that. We found this in that. And it's not just, that's what I'm saying, but they're doing all the research for that. We already know what beer can eventually do. You can lead to liver disease, all type of health issues, versus, because if you're helping them produce this stuff with, I mean, you know, do you think that would be wrong? Is that considered a sin? I don't know. Is it considered a sin? Even though it's providing for your family, even though you're helping feed your kids, pay your rent, pay all your bills, is that still considered a sin? I don't know. You know how my brain works, it go 1,000 miles an hour and it, you know, but you could be helping producing and putting it in the wrong hands of somebody that's drunk driving. And you know how that now they got so much liquor that they producing and stuff. It's in what they could use to have to go across the bridge to get it. You ain't gotta do that no more. You can go to your neighborhood store. Where I work at, we can go right across the street. Right across the street. And my question, why are we talking about this? My question to that is, because where I work at, it is the 7-Eleven headquarters across the street. With that being the headquarters, they sell wine in there. What if they're in, it's a store, like we're welcome to go into the store and buy stuff, just like if you ride down the street and see that it's 7-Eleven, you can go in there. They don't mind. You just can't go in the other part where the corporate office is, that's upstairs. But they sell liquor and stuff. How they know one of their employees is not buying that and they go to their car and they point it in the cup, their coffee cup, and they coming back at their desk and they drinking it? Do you think that they know that? Because you selling it there, so it's like you telling me I can drink it at my job. How you gonna know? Some people might be doing it. I asked some people here that question. They thought I was crazy. Okay. I am a little bit, though. But they really thought I was crazy for asking it. They are. They are making money. Billions and billions of dollars off of people's search. Oh, such as working in liquor stores, ones that deliver the beer and the liquor you don't understand. So if I pay you good money, you'll forget about how it make you feel and how you think about it. If I'm going to make it to heaven because I'm doing this or not. That's where your conscience come in at. Do you think this is a good idea? If you're newly trying to live a saved life, you newly just coming into church, does that hinder you? Does that hinder you? I mean, because a lot of folks is looking at it, it's not that I'm thinking about my afterlife after I leave this earth. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about it's paying all my bills. Like, I don't have to worry about that. I can pay all my bills, rent, utilities, or whatever, and then I have money left over. Just saying. Yeah, I messed with this microwave, so let me put this down for a second. I'm just saying, that could be a hindrance to somebody. And some people just don't know how to deal with stuff like that. They might not know how to deal. So if that's the case, I'm just saying, I know you're a good Reverend doctor. So maybe there was something that somebody probably thought about doing and just was just like, you know what? The Lord just don't have to forgive me for this. But what if he don't? What if he's not giving you that okay? But what if that is a thing that, you know, I know these folks is making millions off of that. But what if your like Chick-fil-A? Got no connection. Like Chick-fil-A. Excuse me. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. Like Chick-fil-A, they don't change their policy for nobody. We not open up on Sundays because this is a Christian place. I think them and Mardell's, I think they like the same. Hobby Lobby, this them. They doing it. Okay. They do the same thing. So, they don't change the way they Christian beliefs is because of that. So why should we? They not doing it. Well, I have to go back to work. I'll come back on here later and we can discuss. Y'all think of y'all questions y'all want to ask, and we can come back on here and discuss it. Make this a good Tuesday because we, got a lot that we could discuss and talk about. So, if you don't feel comfortable with asking me and saying that you're the person that asked me, text me if you got my number. You can inbox me too and ask me whatever question you got to ask me because we can talk about whatever. We do it all. We talk about it all. So I'll talk to y'all later on today. God loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.